Don't forget to use TCG Center 5 code on ccgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today we have another standard deck episode, and this one is Mega Scizor EX. Yes, it is. So one of my favorite cards actually that was printed was Dark Scizor. I think in Neo Destiny set or something. I think it was Neo Destiny. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, but it was from the Neo. It was from the Neo generation, so the second generation of cards that came after those. I think. Don't get me wrong, Gym Challengers and Gym Leaders sets, but never Gym Hero sets. But never mind, that Scizor was pretty badass and it looks so good as this new one. But this is a Mega Scizor EX. It have Iron Crusher attack for 120, and you might discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon or Stadium card in play. It's so damn strong because it also have resistance on those Psychics. And a lot of people these days try to play that deck that's moving on Trevenant Break, but I don't see that Trevenant Break can beat this Mega Scizor EX deck. This Mega Scizor EX is just badass. I mean, 120 for just 2 energy cards, and you can discard special energy or Stadium from play. This is just damn good. Also, 220 HPs is more than popular Mega Manectric EX, 210 HP. But the good thing is that you can also play this Scizor with those special metal energies, which can also reduce a damage for 10 more for each special energy attached to it. But I didn't take them in this deck for some kind of reason, but you can also try with those energies. But anyway, 120 for Iron Crusher, pretty good attack. To support this deck, of course, you need something, and of course I have 2 copies of Zoroark with stand-in ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you might switch this Pokemon with one of your active Pokemons. So with Zoroark you will also be able to do a lot of damage, because Mind Jack will hit for double colors for 10 plus 30 for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon that he actually have in play. And basically this is so good because your opponent needs to limit his bench, just because for each Pokemon that he put down to bench, it will just increase attack on your Zoroark for 30 more, and this is just ridiculous good. And also for those Night March decks and those decks who runs heavy special energies, I take one Aegislash EX with Mighty Shield to prevent all damage done to Aegislash with attacks that my opponents have any special energy attached to it. So basically, yeah, and for support, of course, for energy acceleration, I have 2 Bronzongs with the Metal Links, and I also decide to run 1 Hoopa EX, so I can just search my deck for EX Pokemons or whatever I need, and later I can just scoop them up with the AZ. And of course, last thing in this deck will be the Shaymin EX ×2, so basically I run 2 copies of Shaymin EX for the setup, for the early, mid-range, or even late game. When you need it, you can just put it down and set up, and you're pretty much safe to go. So basically 18 Pokemons, 32 trainer cards, and only 10 energies in this deck. So yeah, that's pretty much all from the Pokemon list, so let's move to trainer cards. I have 2 copies of Battle Compressor. Battle Compressor is just damn good card, especially in this deck. It will fit pretty good. 2 is a sweet spot. 3 might be, I would say, it will be okay, but you cannot find as many space as you want to play 3 or 4 copies of Battle Compressor, Trainer's Mail, or stuff like that. So be rational, try to play as many different cards as you can, especially the deck cards that can help you to build speed and consistency in your deck. So basically, yeah, 2 copies of Battle Compressor, search your deck for up to 3 cards and discard them, shuffle your deck afterwards. So Battle Compressor can help you to discard those energies, so you can use Metal Links, and it also can help you to discard any supported card you actually wants to discard. two level balls. The reason I play two level balls is because I have 4 copies of under 90 HP Pokemons. I mean 6. I have 2 Zoruas, I have 2 Bronzors, and I have 2 Bronzors. So basically I can even pick my Bronzor, or Zorua with my level ball. So also 1 copy of Super Road, in case your opponents manage to somehow knock out your Bronzong, or you are forced to discard it with the Sycamore or with the Ultra Ball, you can just put back it with the Super Road, and also for those basic energy cards. 3 copies of Trainer's Mail. Basically, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You might reveal a trainer card you find there and expect, of course, the Trainer's Mail put into your hand. It's also good deck card in this deck. I pretty much play 95% of decks. Trainer's Mail is just damn too good card to be in pretty much every deck in today's format. Also 4 copies of Ultra Ball. I might go down to 3, but I decide to go with the 4 right now. To be honest, if I will go with the 3 Ultra Balls, I would probably try to add 1 more Draw Support or 4th Trainer's Mail, or something like 3rd Battle Compressor, or maybe 1 more Double Colorless Energy, but or maybe even 1 Team Flare Grant as a tech, but for now I just stay with the Trainer's Mail. Also, 4 copies of Versus Seeker. Pretty much with Versus Seeker you can pick any supported card from your discard pile and put it back into your hand. I really like Versus Seeker card. It's just a way too good card. And it actually, I think that at this moment is one of the most expensive. I think, yes, it's the most expensive trainer card or item card, non-secret rare you can find in the standard and the expanded format. It's like $10 a piece. 1 copies of AZ. AZ is just good because you never know when you need to scoop up something. Even if you scoop up your Scizors with the energy cards, they will just be recycled back with the Bronzong, so that's the good reason why I have 1 copies of AZ. Also 1 copies of Lysander. Lack of space, that's the reason why I started to play 1 Lysander, because I have 4 copies of Versus Seeker. Sometimes 1 Lysander is problem for me, because a lot of time when I play with 1 copy of Lysander, it's priced, and that just hurts me a lot. Also, Pokemon Central 80, not that bad, because you can heal 60 damage, remove all special conditions, and you're pretty much good to go again. So it's good card to be in this deck as a tech. Also 1 copy of Birch Observation. Yeah, so 1 copy of Birch, shuffle your hand, flip a coin, if heads draw 7, if tails draw 4. 3 copies of Professor Sycamore, discard your hand, draw 7 cards. And right now I totally see that I don't have any copy of Judge, so basically I should definitely run at least 1 copy of Judge in this deck, so sorry for the deck list without the Judge. I would probably try to cut down that 1 Ultra Ball in addition to Judge, because Judge is just too good in some situations when your opponent's played Supporter and you see that he goes for the Versus Seeker Lysander for the next turn. You can just go down and play Lysander to prevent to play Judge to shuffle his Lysander back in deck and prevent him from doing that. But yeah, 1 copy of Judge should definitely be in, I would say, pretty much every deck in today's standard format. Right now, moving on to Skyfield. Yeah, I have like 1 copy of Skyfield, because it's pretty crucial to set up turn 1 with that Hoopa for as much Pokemon as you can, and later just discard the Stadium card, or just use Steel Shelter and remove those Shavings and Hoopas and damaged Pokemons from your play, and you're pretty much good to go, because you can also discard the Stadium with Iron Crusher, so it's pretty good to know. And I run 2 copies of Steel Shelter in this deck, but I totally forgot that I can even play a better Stadium, which is Wally. Reverse Wally, because each of your opponent's Pokemons that attacks your metal Pokemons will do 10 less to you. So I think that Reverse Wally is pretty better option in this deck. So definitely you should play 2 copies of Reverse Wallies. It will just be on the 0 when you play against those Darkness decks, but trust me, -10 can be pretty good in this deck. 3 copy of Floatstone. Why Floatstone? Why 3 copy? Stand in retreat. Also for the Shaman if you're stuck in the front. Also for the Hoopa. You never know with what you can start. 3 copy of Scizor Spirit Link. 2 copies of double Colress Energy and 8 copies of just a regular Metal Energy. So yeah, that's pretty much my 60 cards deck list that I built for this Mega Scizor EX deck. So basically, if you're looking for any of these cards, look in the comments below, look in the video description. I will just link you to ccgcastle.com so you can buy all of these cards with just great prices. So don't forget to miss that, and you can also get 5% discount by typing the TCG Center 5 code. So yeah, you're pretty much good to go with that. Okay, so after we analyze this deck, let's move to some deck testings so you guys can actually see how this deck will work. Okay, so let me just save this deck. Right now we can go to deck testing. To the fun part of this video, which is definitely a deck testing. So let's see what my opponents play. I lost the coin flip, which means that I will probably start second. Okay, so not the best opening hand, definitely, that I was able to get. 2 Sycamores, Scizor. Oh, luckily he don't have the starting Pokemon, so I will take one as extra. Oh, Zoroark, not bad. Oh, there's a Sharpedo with a Hunt and a Jagged Fang, and also Dano, so looks like some kind of the Hydreigon and Sharpedo Octillery deck. So I never seen that deck before, I must say that. It will be definitely interesting to see how it will work. So let's just put those cards around. Oh, I might go with double Colress onto my Zoroark, but never mind. Second Scizor, I can use one Battle Compressor to discard some energy. Let me see what else of supporter cards do I have. Maybe one Birch, I see it. Do I want to play Hoopa? I don't know. I would say no for now because it will just kill all the space of my bench, and I actually want to set up at least 2 bronzers or 1 bronzer. 1 bronzer will be good, but I don't know if I can get it with Shaman, and that Hoopa will just be bad on the bench, and luckily he got tails on that catcher flip. Okay, so 2 darkness energies, and there we go with the Sycamore, Rare Candy, and Center Lady. Okay, third Dino just came into play, and the Rare Candy, so right now we have Hydreigon. Once during the turn you might attach energy from a discard pile to your active Pokemon, so that's pretty good. Muscle Band to Sharpedo. So he can actually right now almost knock out my Zoroark on the bench. Okay, so Hunt for 30. Thinking about, I don't know, charging 1 energy, which will be double Colress right there. Let's go with Hoopa right now for some additional shaming. And for one Mega Scizor. And I might take second shaming actually. Just because I can. Oh, Zoroark, really nice. Let's actually go with Birch Observation for now. I'm really looking for at least one bronzer down to my bench. And I actually wasn't able to find it, but luckily that level ball will just brings it into play. Trainer's Mail, what we can get. Just a Versus Seeker, which I don't actually need. Battle Compressor, so I can thin down more of my deck. I definitely don't need Aegislash, and I think that also second Zoroark is just useful. Yeah, stand in and hit for like 130, which means that I'm 20 short for a knockout. Okay, so actually second Hydreigon just came into play, and second attack is discard an energy attached to this Pokemon, then discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon and hit for 100. So that attack is actually not that bad. Interesting. Well, I gave you Shame in exchange, if you can knock it out. Okay, so he just passed to the bench and drew 5 cards. Okay. So right now he can actually knock out my Shaming EX in exchange for 2 prizes, which is not that bad. But at least I will be able to knock this Sharpedo EX out. So there's the second Sharpedo EX that just came into play. And a Muscle Band. Oh, and Sycamore. So really consistent deck that my opponents actually play. I really like the idea of this deck with those Hydreigions. They're actually something like Dark Patch, but just for your active Pokemons. And there is 120. Let's just go with the Mega Scizor. He have more HP. So there it is, a Bronzong, so I can attach energy with the Metalings down to my Scizor. I can also use that Super Road for those 3 cards before I actually play my Sycamore for the 7. Center Lady, no needed. Stadium, actually no needed, in my opinion. Let's see what the level ball. Okay, so I cannot take anything with it. Let's just go with the Iron Crusher for now. Okay, so 120, so he'll probably hit me for 120, but I'm luckily have that Pokemon Center Lady in my hand, so I will be able to heal damage that he will be able to do, which means that I will be actually able to knock him out, so before he will be able to knock me out. And there is one more Ultra Ball, probably for another Sharpedo. So those Sharpedos just gave me a headache at this moment. And luckily I have one more energy, and that Spirit Link, so I will have one more Mega Scizor next turn in play. Oh, there's Lysander for Zoroark actually, so he decided to go for the knockout over that Zoroark. He needs something like 1 energy from hand and 2 with that Dark Impulse in order to knock out my Zoroark, because it's just a 100 HP Pokemon. Oh, just a hunt. So he's actually not able to knock me out. Organize. I'm actually not able to one-hit knockout that Sharpedo because I can maximum do 160 with my Zoroark, so I will just stick with Iron Crusher for 120 and we'll just remove that stadium from the play. And yeah, that means that next turn he can do 120 maximum, and also, oh, I totally forgot that he can discard 1 energy attached to my Mega Scizor EX. Oh, okay. So that can be also a problem, but luckily I have that Zoroark, so I can just stand in and knock him out, or just stand in, use my Metal Links, and just came back to knockout. Oh, Enhance Hammer, okay. That means that I cannot use Mind Jack next turn, but at least I can... yeah, there's the Jagged Fang. At least I can stand in retreat. I'm not actually sure if I even have the second Mega... Oh, I have one more Mega Scizor actually left, so I have 3 Mega Scizor in play, which is pretty good. Okay, one more Metal Links, one more of my Mega Scizors. Let's just go with the stand-in, retreat to full HP Mega Scizor, take the knockout, grab 2 more prize cards, and yeah, I'm down to 2 prizes. Which means that I only need to knock out 1 more Sharpedo EX that my opponents actually play. And I'm pretty safe to grab the victory, but I might find myself very difficult if he will be able to knock out my Mega Scizor with 120 HP. If he have Lysander, and he had actually Lysander. Oh, so he decided to go with the Zoroark. I didn't expect that. So I need something that is called Floatstone. Did I already discarded second Bronzong? Yes, I did. Okay, Shaman for the setup. Not bad, actually. I got that Floatstone, but I also got that Versus Seeker for Pokemon Center Lady. And I can actually heal damage from my benched Mega Scizor. Let's see, Trainer's Milk, what can get me? Skyfield and the AZ. Okay, AZ definitely for the next turn. Iron Crusher for 120. I should definitely better take one of my Versus Seekers for Lysander. for the next turn. Totally forget about that in case that he decides to retreat with his Sharpedo down to bench. But if he decides to attack me with Sharpedo, I'm pretty safe. Because I have that AZ in my hand and I can just scoop out my Mega Scizor, but I also have Metal Energy, which means that I will be able to knock him out even if he tries to stay in the front with that Sharpedo. And he actually decided to go with the Hunt on my Hoopa EX. But yeah, luckily I have that Float Stone and I can just retreat and hit for the knockout. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoy watching this video. So this was my Mega Scizor EX deck list that I made. Once again, there's the deck list, so yeah, I hope you like the idea of the deck and the concept. So if you like it, don't forget to like video or dislike it if you don't like it. Also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for directly supporting me. And visit ccgcastle.com. If you need any of these cards, you can get them and get 5% discount by typing TCG Center 5 code. And yeah, you're pretty much lucky to get that discount on ccgcastle.com because we have a lot of cards for standard expanded format, or even for those who are not playing, who are just collecting cards. So till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe to Pokemon TCG Center by clicking subscribe button, or if you are in video, you can also do subscribe by clicking on subscribe button below the Pokemon TCG Center logo.